From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Thursday morning. Wind gusts going to pick up for today. That spells trouble for those fires burning up in the Cascades. The forecast overall going to stay warm, dry, and hazy through the weekend, but next week the pattern's going to flip to one that resembles more typical fall-like weather out there. Okay, wind gusts already starting to pick up a little bit in the Cascades across the map. They'll be breezy / windy for today, and the air quality is unhealthy for sensitive groups or just straight up unhealthy in the immediate vicinities of the Labor Mountain fire and the lower Sugarloaf fire. So in those uppermost stretches of the Kittitas Valley, be sure to keep the windows closed, and if you head out the front door, the N95 mask would definitely be recommended. Temperatures this morning in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, just kind of depending on your microclimate out there. All of us need some sort of jacket, but around lunchtime, 60s and 70s, lots of sunshine, and then 60s, 70s, and 80s for the warmest part of the day. But with wind gusts picking up, I'll talk about the fire concerns for today, and I'll talk about where the fires are actively sitting this morning in terms of acreage and containment. So that'll be coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, Travis Decker, the man accused of murdering his 3 daughters, is now being declared dead by federal authorities. But local officials say the investigation isn't finished. And cutting through private driveways in Kennewick could now cost you. Find out what drivers need to know starting today. It's these stories and so much more coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now. Also coming up, a big addition to Pasco. And it's meant to inspire and strengthen and protect. Coming up, we'll show you what's new to this campus.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Thanks for waking up with us here and joining us for the 6 o'clock hour of Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott. Jessica has the morning off, and we want to start the 6 o'clock hour with a fire watch as we continue to monitor the progression of both the Wildcat fire burning in Yakima County and the Labor Mountain fire that is affecting Kittitas and Chelan counties. Now this morning, the Labor Mountain fire has prompted an extension of the level 3 evacuation order across US 97. Right now, homes aren't currently being threatened, but officials are preparing just in case of the upcoming winds, and they push that fire over the highway. Right now, that portion of the highway there, US 97 at Blewett Pass, remains closed. U.S. Forest Service also closing some additional land east of the highway as well. As fire crews continue to battle the Wildcat fire near Bumping River Road, they've been clearing debris and scouting hot spots around cabins and around the marina at Bumping Lake. A sprinkler system was activated overnight to strengthen protection lines. Officials are warning of increased fire activity could be possible throughout the remainder of the week. So, as both of these fires continue to grow and burn and spread, crews, of course, paying very close attention to the dry conditions and the winds and a possible shift in the winds. Of course, they're trying to look at all of this to predict fire behavior. So to break it all down for us and how this weather could impact firefighting efforts, we want to send it back over to Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Yeah, thanks, Jade. Well, the wind's definitely the most concerning aspect of the forecast, especially for today. Now, here's what the National Weather Service in Pendleton thinks. They've issued red flag warnings, in essence, for the entirety of our viewing area. I think this is a little aggressive. I'm more so concerned about the spread of existing fires for today. Now, the threat for new fire starts isn't going to be zero, but I'm mostly concerned about the Wildcat and the Labor Mountain fires. Let's go ahead and talk about both of those. We start off with the Labor Mountain fire. This one burning right on the border of Kittitas and Chelan counties. There we go. You can see active hotspots all over the map with this one. It's almost 15,000 acres. It's 7% contained, and the anticipation is that this could maybe jump. You see where my finger's tracing. This is US 97. It could maybe jump the highway for today, which is why those level 3 evacuations were expanded to the east. And you can find an interactive version of this map by going to chelangis.maps.arcgis.com. Now, very quickly, the Wildcat fire burning in northwestern Yakima County. This one's very close to being 10,000 acres at this point. Well, a little bit closer to 9,500 to be honest, but 7% contained. The northeastern flank of the fire continues to be the most active one, getting closer to Goose Prairie. So level 2B set evacuations in place for Goose Prairie and for Bumping River Road. Again, very concerned about the winds for today. I'll talk about the winds more in depth coming up a little bit later in the show.
Josh, thank you. Take you to Kennewick now, where police are going to be cracking down on drivers who use private driveways and parking lots to avoid intersections and stoplights. City Council approving the ordinance last week after reports of up to 120 vehicles per day cutting through businesses' properties. Drivers caught cutting through could face a $250 fine as the Kennewick Police Department begins targeted patrols in areas where they're seeing problems. And that includes near Steptoe and Victoria Streets. There will be signs posted soon to alert drivers of this new law. 6:06, and federal authorities are now declaring Travis Decker dead after human remains were found last week in a remote area south of Leavenworth. U.S. Marshal Service filed a motion to dismiss the murder case against him. The remains were found alongside personal belongings that believed to belong to Decker. Chelan County Sheriff's Office was saying the case isn't closed just yet. They are still waiting for DNA results from the state crime lab to confirm and positively identify the remains before they make any final conclusions. Tri-City Prep in Pasco will soon be dedicating its brand new St. Michael Plaza. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert sat down with school officials to learn more about the project and the meaning behind it.
Tri-Cities Prep in Pasco is preparing to dedicate its brand new St. Michael Plaza, timed to coincide with the Feast of St. Michael. At the center of the plaza is a statue of St. Michael the Archangel, which comes as the Catholic High School recently completed a $3 million project adding 6 new classrooms. School leaders say the plaza and the statue were made possible entirely by the generosity of an anonymous donor.
They came to us a couple years ago and just presented us with this idea and wanted to remain anonymous and just wanted this to be a way for us to show the safety and security that our campus and our school provides.
Nelson says the donor chose St. Michael because the Archangel is widely seen as a very powerful symbol.
Michael the Archangel, revered as a symbol of protection. He was a great protector. He's recognized by not just Christians, but Judaism and Islam, and just kind of a universal symbol of protection.
The plaza's construction took time and planning. Nelson says the work tied into the school's classroom expansion project, which was separate from the plaza.
We started about a year ago on the construction, the plans and the construction. I think the artist who made the statue started long before that, but we started it with kind of in conjunction with the new wing that we broke ground on in June of 2024.
School President Scott McNay says the plaza is designed to be more than just a statue.
Our plaza is not only the statue itself, which is impressive, but it is really a dedicated meditation/prayer space for those times in your day, especially today, where you just need to step back a little bit and reflect a little bit.
And McNay adds the project reflects a bigger mission of service beyond campus.
The biggest things that I've been trying to strive for is to make sure that our students and our faculty and our immediate community know that we have a responsibility to the greater community, that we're not just in Pasco, but we're a part of the community as a whole.
While the plaza is now complete, Tri-Cities Prep says its mission of service and acceptance continues. In Pasco, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
And the dedication ceremony will take place Monday morning at 8:30. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, Washington State Patrol trooper facing the courtroom over a crash that killed a local motorcyclist. Coming up, we'll hear from the victim's family as we take an in-depth look from inside the courthouse. And giving you a live look outside this morning from the Dust Devils camera in Pasco. When we come back, we'll check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. He will break down your first alert forecast on this Thursday.
At Tri-Cities and Walla Walla Floor & Home, our team has been in the Southeast Washington flooring business for 40-plus years. You'll find more choices, lower prices, and hometown service.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar, or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
The Toyota Entertainment Series is bringing the heat to this year's Central Washington State Fair. On September 20th and 21st, catch the Nitro Fire Stunt and Thrill Show, featuring freestyle motocross, quad wars, and a jet car that melts a full-size car. Then September 27th and 28th, the Demolition Derbies roar back with the all-new Motorhome Derby on the 28th. Advanced tickets include fair admission. Get yours today at the Fair Ticket Office or at fairfund.com. The fair runs September 19th through the 28th. Don't miss it.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Atomic Health pays me to do the in-home, I guess nursing or the things I do to help out, so we don't need a nurse. Meds, cooking, cleaning, getting them to doctor's appointments, picking up prescriptions, whatever else needs to be done. So at least once a month or whenever I need her, Sarah, or whatever nurse is available, comes to our house. If I have a worry that I'm not sure if he needs to go to the doctor, she comes and advises me and does an assessment and tells me if there's anything I need to do different, or I don't know that I could do this without him.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not.
At Tri-Cities and Walla Walla Floor and Home, our team has been in the Southeast Washington flooring business for 40 plus years. You'll find more choices, lower prices, and hometown service.
The 3-Degree Guarantee, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and talk about the smoke with Futurecast Surface Smoke. We put this in motion, and with wind gusts picking up for today, I think a lot of us will see at least a temporary clearing of the smoke and haze, but with those gusts out of the north and west in the Cascades and for the mountain gaps in areas immediately downwind of that, that's where we're unfortunately going to see the thickest smoke and the worst air quality. So that would put a lot of this into the Yakima Valley, also downwind of the Labor Mountain fire in places like Vantage and Moses Lake and Ritzville and Odello. So those are going to be the main areas of concern for late this afternoon, early this evening. Then for tonight, slightly more widespread. And I'm thinking for tomorrow, overall, the air quality is going to be a little bit better because a lot of this smoke isn't necessarily going to be surface smoke, but we could see much more upper level smoke and haze for tomorrow. So we'll have to hold on to that through the weekend, but next week, cooler and wetter weather, I think should help out with that situation overall. Current temperatures this morning, 40s, 50s, and 60s in the Kittitas Valley, 40s and 50s in the Yakima Valley. We're in the 40s and 50s for the lower Columbia Basin. And then for the foothills, 50s and 60s, 40s and 50s for the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains. Your coatcast on this Thursday in the Tri-Cities, light jacket weather up until the late morning. And of course, it's going to be all t-shirt weather after that. So for today, high temperatures for most of us still above average, actually a little bit below average in the Kittitas Valley, but temperatures going down consistently for next week and rain chances going up. Talk about both those things coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. It's 6:14, and now we're taking an in-depth look this morning at the off-duty Washington State Patrol trooper accused in a deadly crash. Just yesterday, Sarah Clayson appeared before the Benton County Court. Napa Valley News Now was there. Our very own Austin Reed spoke with the victim's family, who says they're still searching for justice.
Did you see what happened? No. Okay. Yeah, I didn't see a light. I didn't see anything. Just turn left. And
is this your car?
Yeah.
Around 7:30 p.m. March 1st, 2025. WSP, Richland PD, and medics rushed to Highway 240, where Joseph Sanchez and his motorcycle is underneath Sarah Clayson's SUV.
Yep, there's a person laying in the middle of the road.
Okay.
Your Honor, I will hand forward that advisement of rights with the date.
Fast forward to September 24th, 2025. The trooper walks into the Benton County Justice Center in Kennewick.
I'm worrying that you sign a waiver of extradition
to face a vehicular homicide charge. Prosecutors say she caused the crash that killed Sanchez.
Need a drink?
Investigators say Clayson refused field sobriety and breath tests the night of the crash. Nearly 6 hours later, her blood alcohol content tested more than twice the legal limit.
You understand all those rights. Court winner pleaded not guilty, reserved the right to a jury trial, counsel conditions of release.
In court, Clayson pleaded not guilty. Her attorney waived the formal reading of charges. She was released without bail, but must remain in Washington state, avoid alcohol, and only drive with a license and insurance.
The sun is coming out right now, as you're mentioning that.
Yes, yeah, that is just it.
I first met the Sanchez family just days after the crash at their Richland home.
You know, nervous, and what happened? Where is Joseph? And the doctor talked to me and say me he dead. What?
They, of course, were in court on Wednesday.
Yeah, we are destroyed. My family is destroyed. So.
Now, we do want to point out there is no extra monitoring ordered, including a random alcohol testing device or a car ignition testing device, something that is commonly recommended in cases like these. It's also something Judge Joe Burrows brought up in court, questioning the prosecutor as to why Clayson would not be required to have alcohol monitoring equipment.
Do you have a position on the alcohol monitoring device?
The prosecutor says there are no concerns for the community, and Clayson's attorney argued his client has been on her best behavior for the last 6 months.
And my client has had no conditions during those 6 months and has faithfully followed basically what's in front of the court.
The community wasted no time reacting to the latest court developments, taking to social media to voice outrage and demand justice.
We're all here because Joseph was a great person. He was a great student.
And for the Sanchez family, the wait for answers continues.
Justice needs to be served.
After the hearing, Clayson allowed to leave and go home, released until her next court date. Reporting for Apple Valley News Now's Good Morning Northwest, I'm Austin Reed.
And Clayson is due back in court October 22nd with a trial date set for December 15th. And we, of course, will be following it closely. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. When we come back, checking in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. He has a look at your full first alert forecast as we make our way closer to the weekend, giving you that live look outside this morning. From right here at our Apple Valley Studios in Kennewick, beautiful start to our Thursday as that haze that we've been talking about all week is making its way through the area and creating a beautiful sherbet colored sky.
Form or function? Should we push the timeline? Will it hold?
Should we outsource? What do you think?
Do you engineer it to work? Or design it to move? Give them what they want.
It needs to be taller, faster,
even cheaper. Or take things to new places. You've got to build the right team. No, that's the one. Revise it, redo it, develop it. Keep pushing until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter. With high-tech features and excellent reliability. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V.
The new iPhone 17 Pro is finally here. And at US Cellular, it's easier than ever to get it on us with no trade-in.
Wow, the new iPhone 17 Pro is thrilling.
It even has the ultimate pro camera system.
Oh, that's even more thrilling.
You don't have to trade in your old phone, so there's nothing stopping you from getting the new iPhone.
Nice. I kind of wish someone would stop me, though, so I can get the new iPhone.
Thanks for riding.
No, thank you.
Get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
They say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Well, they are correct.
Your seasonal situationship is a pumpkin spice iced coffee for $2.29.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hi, I'm Christine Connolly, local realtor with As You Wish Real Estate Team. I offer negotiable commission, 100% free staging, and top-notch marketing. I'm a proud sponsor of Operation Best Friend. Remember, you only get one chance to make a first impression. As you wish.
The ice is fresh,
The weather is cooler. That can only mean one thing. It's hockey season in the Northwest. The Kraken are hard at work this preseason, so who will step up? Kraken Canucks, 7 p.m. Friday on Apple Valley News Now.
Thursday. Everyone stop what you're doing. Mariah Carey. Plus, it's shopping day. Next Live with Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey's here.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, Stacey Lee weather. Apple Valley News Now, on your side. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today will be another day with a lot of hazy sunshine, a little bit less haze for the foothills and the Blues, a little bit less sun in the Cascades with some more clouds up that way. But high temperatures going to be a little bit cooler in the Kittitas Valley, low 70s, but for the rest of the lower elevations, low to mid 80s, 50s for the Cascades, 60s and 70s in the Blues. Wind gusts for today will be the big weather story. Gusts between 20 to 25 miles per hour in the Cascades. That is not good news for containment efforts, both the Wildcat and the Labor Mountain fires. And then in the mountain gaps of Kittitas County, gusts between 40 to 45 miles per hour. But for all of us, we're going to see some gusty conditions out there. Then for tonight, more widespread haze. Again, we're thinking by 5 o'clock. Really from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock, that's when we could see some of the worst air quality in the Yakima Valley, also downwind of the Labor Mountain fire. And overnight low is going to be down into the 30s and 40s for mountain ranges and 40s for lower elevations. Wind gusts still doing their thing at this point, a little bit calmer, but 15 to 20 miles per hour for the Cascades, 35 to 40 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley. Wind gusts still trying to do their thing for Friday, a little bit calmer overall. So over the next couple days, it's going to be some tough conditions out there for our firefighters. Now, thankfully, the wind's looking calmer for Saturday and Sunday, and the temperature is consistently cooler for Monday and beyond. Not just cooler, but that's going to coincide with some rain chances. A little shower chances in the Cascades for Sunday. Much more consistent chances for rainfall Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. That will inevitably end up helping out with containment efforts of both of those fires. Okay, here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Warm, dry, and hazy through Sunday, then cooler and wetter by Monday. In Yakima, keeping it dry with 70s and 80s through the weekend, then 40 to 50% shower chances with 60s and 70s by next week. In Ellensburg, winds picking up to around 45 miles per hour today, and then calmer winds beyond that. In Hermiston, a short-lived reprieve from the haze today thanks to an uptick in winds, obviously, and then higher rain chances and lower highs for next week. Finally, in Walla Walla, keeping the forecast fairly steady through the weekend, then a pattern flip, much more fall-like for Monday and beyond.
Thanks, Josh. 6:23 still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A new voice coming to the New York subway, and let's just say it's got some attitude. Like Cardi B is telling riders to keep it cute and keep it moving. That's coming up in your entertainment headlines.
The federal tax credit ends soon. Now's the time to get a great deal on a Ford Mustang Mach-E or F-150 Lightning. They're perfect for visiting friends across town or road trips across the country. And with the Ford Power Promise, get a complimentary home charger and standard installation. Save big on these all-electric vehicles that are smooth, fast, and fun. The federal tax credit ends soon. Get a great deal on a Ford Mustang Mach-E or F-150 Lightning. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Look, it's a bird.
No, it's a plane.
No, it's a cow.
A cow?
Cowabunga! It's fair time.
The Central Washington State Fair is coming September 19th through the 28th, presented by Legends Casino Hotel. It's 10 days full of all your fair favorites like carnival rides, fair food, live entertainment, and livestock barns. There's also lots of new stuff to see like acrobatic sea lions and radical reptiles. Get your tickets now at fairfun.com.
For decades, CG Public House has been known for fresh, chef-inspired meals and seasonal specialty menus. When the weather's right, enjoy patio dining with dog-friendly amenities that make everyone feel welcome. Pair your favorite dishes with handcrafted cocktails and premium local wines for the perfect dining experience. Don't miss the Pendleton Beef Prime Rib, served every Friday and Saturday. And be sure to finish with a slice of our famous homemade pie. Join us to make CG Public House your favorite dine-out.
What makes NUU unique? The amazing customer service that we offer to our patients. They know that they're heard, that they're listened to, and we genuinely care about their well-being.
From the second I walked in that office, I felt seen, I felt heard, I didn't feel judged. It just was like, we're a team and we're gonna figure this out.
I had a rare form of breast cancer. Dr. Fedino has just been fantastic. She was really just on my side and helping me, and I'm so relieved and blessed that I went there.
I'm nowhere near diabetic, and I feel amazing. And I lost 55 pounds, and I've been able to keep it off.
She had saved my life if she hadn't taken just that moment to ask me one extra question. I absolutely would have had an ugly cancer 6 months later.
Check out our new location in Kennewick or come see us in Yakima. Go to NUUWomen'sClinic.com to explore the countless ways that wellness meets beauty.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law.
Welcome back, 626. Taking a look at your celebrity headlines this morning. Singer and mogul Rihanna has welcomed baby number 3 with her partner, rapper A$AP Rocky.
Rocky Irish Myers was born on September 13th. Rihanna posted a picture with the new baby on her official Instagram page on Wednesday.
Aw, and this is the couple's first girl. They also have 2 boys, RZA and Riot.
And New Yorkers are about to hear a new voice on the subway. The agency that runs the New York City subway system announced rapper Cardi B has recorded rider etiquette and safety PSAs.
On social media, agencies sharing a video of the Bronx native urging passengers to follow the rules, telling them to ride safe, keep it cute, and keep it moving. No word yet when the new messages will start playing across the system. That'd be kind of funny.
I think it'd be funny, and that would definitely put some pep in my step. For
like,
sure.
Oh, okay.
If Cardi's coming,
Cardi?
Yeah, then I gotta go.
All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Travel alert for Tri-Cities passengers. Avelo Airlines cutting West Coast operations sooner than expected. We're going to let you know what that means for your next flight, and the airlines stepping in to fill the gap. And have you ever wanted to fight fires or help your community? Well, Kittitas Valley Fire Rescue is looking for volunteers, and we'll let you know how you can sign up. We have these stories and more coming up in your next half hour.
For over 4 decades, the art of fine catering has been perfected by CG Catering in Kennewick. Well known for their luxurious bites, lavish delights, and precision in every portion, CG Catering will grace any event from groups of 10 to 3,000. Meticulous menus with seamless service for all occasions is their tradition. From remote locations to their local event center, repeat clients provide ongoing rave reviews as a testament to the unforgettable memories they have inspired. Call CG Catering for your next celebration.
The old me was stuck in the daily grind. My routine didn't allow for any self-expression. I found clay, and that changed everything. I realized my calling was to give others the space to be creative, to build something. And that's how Clayton was born. Having a Chase Ink card has allowed us to grow it and bring people together. There's a creative side in all of us. That's what I hope people come here to find.
Earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials with the Chase Ink Business Cash Card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
Prosser Memorial Health board-certified general surgeon Dr. Ashley McManus is now caring for patients at Prosser General Surgery Center. Dr. McManus brings extensive experience in general, breast, colorectal, endocrine, and soft tissue surgery, along with advanced training in robotic and minimally invasive procedures. To schedule an appointment, call the Prosser General Surgery Center at 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Listen up. You've got 4 days and 4 days only to save like never before during the 4-day super sale at Furniture Row. That's 4 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. No limit. You'll also find huge savings on sofas and sectionals, dining tables and chairs, bedrooms, and much, much more. Plus, 48 months, no interest, and no down payment. But don't wait. The 4-day super sale at Furniture Row ends Monday.
This is the moment many car buyers wait for all year. The model year-end sales event is on at McCurley Subaru. As new Subaru models roll in, remaining 2025s need to move fast. It's the perfect time to trade in, save big, and grab a deal you won't see again until next year. These are the offers people plan around. Get here before they're gone. Experience the model year-end sales event at McCurley Subaru. Your way home.
Overturf Kia has officially relocated to Pasco, offering faster service and brand new state-of-the-art facility designed for maximum customer service satisfaction. Lease a 2025 Telluride S all-wheel drive with second-row captain's chairs, 12.3-inch touchscreen, power sunroof, towing package, and more for $499 per month with $499 due at signing. Shop online anytime, just south of Highway I-182 at the Road 100 Broadmoor Boulevard exit on St. Thomas Drive in Pasco.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good Thursday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us. Joining us here for Good Morning Northwest, I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Josh Colbert.
Jessica has the morning off, and once again, as we thought she was like your lucky ticket, you're doing just fine. Not to say we don't miss her, but
we do miss her.
You're crushing the 3-degree guarantee.
Maybe she can stay away for the time being. No, I don't need that. I just said that in jest.
Just ride the week.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yesterday, forecast high of 83. Hey, it was almost not so lucky yesterday, but we just snuck it in there. So jackpot went up to $325 for today. Once again, going with the forecast high of 83 in Pasco Tri-Cities. So if it verifies between 80 to 86, jackpot's going to hit $350. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you can scan the QR code that's on your screen. Bottom line for the forecast, gusty weather for today. And that will be some bad news for containment efforts of those fires burning up in the Cascades. The forecast in general, warm, dry, and hazy through the weekend. The next week looking cooler, and it's looking wetter. Right now, wind gusts, they're starting to do their thing a little bit up in the Cascades. Gusts between 15 to 20 miles per hour, and across the map, this is going to be lit up a little bit later in the day. Air quality is unhealthy, if not unhealthy for sensitive groups in and around the Labor Mountain fire and the Lower Sugarloaf fire. So in those areas, of course, you got to sport the N95 mask if you opt to head out the front door for this morning. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s for the most part. We are sitting at 60 degrees in Ellensburg, but the rest of us 40s and 50s. All of us need some sort of light jacket for this morning. Here's your hourly forecast for this Thursday. Going to be sunny and 75 as soon as lunchtime, and then mid-80s, low to mid-80s for the warmest part of the day. I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast, and also I'll show you wildfire safety, specifically up in the Cascades. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Josh, thanks so much. 6:33, starting this half hour of news in Pasco, where Avelo Airlines is going to be shutting down its West Coast operations sooner than expected. Airline's final day at the Pasco Airport will be Monday, October 20th. Officials say passengers with tickets after that date should contact Avelo directly for their options. But there is also good news for Tri-City travelers. Alaska Airlines will launch a new service to Hollywood Burbank Airport on October 26th. And then next year, Breeze Airways will make its debut in Pasco with nonstop flights to Burbank and a direct option to Provo as well. That all starts March of 2026. Tickets for both airlines are already on sale. Local Living Now, looking to make a real difference in your community or maybe have a passion for helping others? Well, the Kittitas Valley Fire and Rescue has an exciting opportunity for you to join their team. They open volunteer applications once a year to anyone living in Kittitas County. And Fire Chief DJ Goldsmith says to volunteer, you must be a legal adult with a valid driver's license.
The really cool thing about all of our programs is we do the training in-house. So if you're selected to be a volunteer, we put you through a volunteer recruit academy. If you want to do wireland as well, we provide that training for you. And additionally, we have EMS only folks that we will sponsor to go and become an EMT. Or you can be a full combat firefighter, which does both the structural, the wireland, EMS, all facets of the position.
Goldsmith says they are looking to recruit about 20 new volunteers this year. Last day to apply is September 30th. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Can the Kraken bounce back? After a disappointing year, Seattle's reset button includes a new coach, new players, and a new mindset. Big question, though, is it enough to chase down the West's best? We'll find out coming up after the break. And giving you a live look outside this morning from right here at our Apple Valley Studios in Kennewick. Live look as the sun starts to rise. It is 6:35 on this Thursday, and Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will break down your forecast after the break.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
Prosser Memorial Health has received a 5-star rating from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Prosser Memorial Health is one of just 290 hospitals nationwide to receive their highest rating, and one of only 2 critical access hospitals in the state of Washington. For over 78 years, Prosser Memorial Health has provided high-quality and compassionate care to our communities served. It's our privilege. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
At More Furniture, the biggest sale of the year starts now. We're making room for the largest arrival of fresh styles and features in over a decade. Cozy living rooms, relaxing bedrooms, and elegant dining sets. It's all in stock and on sale. Right now, with a minimum purchase of $14.99, get your choice of free white glove delivery or we'll pay your sales tax. Don't wait. Shop early, beat the rush, and save big. Only at More Furniture, where everyone gets more furniture for less.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher. Yes. Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
I never thought I would develop shingles. I was wrong. I didn't know that 99% of people over 50 already have the virus that causes shingles, and it could reactivate.
Don't learn the hard way like I did. Talk to your healthcare provider today.
Confidence isn't given. It's built. One choice, one moment, one step at a time. How you feel is how you play. It starts with a click. Invisalign.
Do it all with Steel Battery. Now is the best time to save big on over 40 hardworking Steel tools. Hurry into your local Steel dealer or shop online.
Alive on Q3 learnings.
Welcome back to what should be a thrilling second half.
Bengals, Broncos, Monday Night Football at 5 on Apple Valley News Now.
Thursday. Everyone stop what you're doing. Mariah Carey. Plus, it's shopping day. Next live with Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey's here. Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. With the wind gusts in the forecast for today, we wanted to take a look at vegetation dryness. It will be critically dry in the Cascades and Upper Yakima Basin, so that's why we're concerned about more perhaps explosive growth for the Wildcat Fire and the Labor Mountain Fire. Now, for the rest of us, just an elevated level of dryness. So the fire start potential isn't going to be zero elsewhere, but we're mainly concerned about the existing fire spreading quickly. Speaking of that, level 2 evacuations, level 2B set evacuations in place for Goose Prairie and Bumping River Road. This is where you got to be packed. You got to be ready to leave at a moment's notice. Got to have that go bag packed. Got to have food items, water, maps, medication, change of clothes, extra eyeglasses or contacts, car keys, cash, something with monetary value, a first aid kit, a flashlight, or an emergency radio, copies of important documents, and of course, food and water for the furry friends. Okay, here's your zone-by-zone tour for this Thursday forecast. It's going to be windy in the mountain gaps of the Cascades, and it will be quite breezy in the Cascades. The saving grace is that it's going to be cool in the Cascades. We'll be in the 50s, but low 70s in the Kittitas Valley, low to mid 80s in the Yakima Valley, hazy sunshine there. The same thing in the lower Columbia Basin. Now, for the foothills, a little bit less haze. Still, the temperature is going to be in the 80s for the mountain, 70s and 80s, and it's going to be windy out this way as well.
All right, 6:40, talking sports now. Seattle Kraken are back on the ice, but questions still hang over whether this team can finally take to the next step.
4 years into their NHL run, Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen says Seattle is still looking for its first true superstar and a shot at consistent playoff success.
Unlike their expansion cousins in Vegas, the Kraken have struggled to make a lasting impact. That surprise 2023 playoff run now feels like a flash in the pan after last year's 7th place finish in the Pacific. The team parted ways with Dan Bylsma and turned to new head coach Lane Lambert to reset the culture.
I'm involved. I think we want the players to bring energy. I think us coaches have to bring energy as well.
To help him, Seattle brought in veterans Mason Marchment, Freddie Gaudreau, and defenseman Ryan Lindgren. Still, the question remains, who will emerge as the team's true difference maker? For now, the emphasis is on structure and detail.
We're going to be a really, really hard team to play against, really hard working, and we're going to be very detailed. And he put a big emphasis today on those things and being a good defensive team so we can get out of our own zone and go play offense.
One area of confidence, between the pipes. Joey Daccord begins camp as the clear number one after outplaying Philip Grubauer last season. Depth is there, but without star power, chasing teams like Edmonton or Vegas may prove tough. Captain Jordan Eberle missed time a year ago, but he's healthy now, and he says success will come from cleaning up small mistakes.
I just felt like there was a lot of nights that we really competed. We'd play 55 really good minutes, and there was 2 breakdowns that we had that can easily be fixed, whether it was face-off assignment, a wall play, stick battles in front, little details that maybe go unnoticed to maybe the average fan.
The Pacific isn't the NHL's strongest division, but it's unforgiving. If the Kraken want to recapture that 2023 magic, their young core needs to take a big step and fast. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
The Kraken face off in Edmonton tonight against the Oilers in their 3rd preseason game with 4 games left on the slate before opening the season against the Anaheim Ducks October 9th at Climate Pledge Arena.
And remember, you can watch the Kraken all season long right here on Apple Valley News Now. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We have your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning. And at 6:43, we're just 5 minutes away from sunrise. And we're seeing some of that haze move through the area. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will break down your full first alert forecast and just maybe how long that haze will stick around coming up after the break.
My newest munchie meal is a real monster. 2 terrifyingly huge monster tacos, a monster mozzarella stick, curly fries, nuggets, and a color-changing cup. You can run, but oh, come on, Stan. Get so much more.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
There's no place like home at Legends Casino Hotel. Every Thursday in October, join us for the Wicked Winnings cash drawings with up to $180,000 in cash prizes. Use your Legends rewards card to earn entries, and you could step up to the game board for a chance at a witchy $10,000. Click your heels, follow the yellow brick road, and leave those flying monkeys at home, because you're not in Kansas anymore. You're at Legends Casino Hotel.
Lung disease is very difficult to live with in many ways, and our goal here is to truly live the mission of Good Shepherd, which is patients first, always. Our pulmonology and sleep medicine team is here for you. We're here to provide you world-class care. Please contact us and come to see us. It will be our privilege to serve you.
Good Shepherd Healthcare System. Patients first, always.
Hi, I'm Christine Connolly, local realtor with As You Wish Real Estate Team. I offer negotiable commission, 100% free staging, and top-notch marketing. I'm a proud sponsor of Operation Best Friend. Remember, you only get one chance to make a first impression. As you wish.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, but thanks to Skyrizi and clearer skin, I'm all in. With Skyrizi, I saw dramatically clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
With Skyrizi, nothing on my skin means everything. Ask your dermatologist about Skyrizi today. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
I'm a real wild one. Life is wild. There's work to be done. Adventure around every corner. And a truck that handles it all. The 2025 Ford F-150. It's rugged, loaded with tech, and built to go wild. Get a wild deal on an F-150 today. Lease a 2025 F-150 STX Super Crew 4x4 for just $299 a month for 36 months. Only your local Ford dealer.
Want to revolutionize your career in digital advertising? Then join our team at Apple Valley News Now. We're looking for people passionate about helping local businesses thrive in today's evolving market. Check us out now at morganmurphymedia.com/current-openings.
Starting at $4.49, you can get one, make it a double, or go for 3 delicious patties. Go as big as you want with my Bonus Jack combo starting at $4.49. Now you can say you're loving it and actually mean it. Get so much more.
Welcome to Jock in the Box.
Bengals Broncos, Monday Night Football at 5 on Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today will feature more hazy sunshine, although there's going to be a little bit less haze for the foothills and the blues, a little bit less sunshine up in the Cascades with partly to mostly cloudy skies. High temperatures for today going to be a little bit cooler in the Kittitas Valley, low 70s there. For the rest of the foothills should be in the low to mid 80s. 50s in the Cascades and 60s and 70s for the blues. The big story today, the wind gusts. Peak gust around 40 to 45 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley. For the rest of us, so I'd say 20 to 35 miles per hour. But in the Cascades, with those 2 active fires still burning, the Wildcat Fire, the Labor Mountain Fire, we're expecting some more intense growth from both of those fires today. Then for tonight, the haze becomes a little bit more widespread. Could get especially smoky or hazy this evening in the Yakima Valley and downwind of the Labor Mountain Fire, so places like Vantage and Odello, Moses Lake, and Ritzville. But for the rest of us, still anticipating some haze as well. Overnight lows quite crisp out there, 30s and 40s for the mountains and 40s for lower elevations. Winds a little bit calmer, but still breezy / windy across the map. That trend's going to continue for Friday. Still not great conditions for getting containment up on those fires up in the Cascades, but the wind gusts will thankfully be just a little bit calmer. Wind gusts going up for today as a cold front passes. That's going to drop us down into the mid-70s in the Tri-Cities for Friday. A little bit warmer for Saturday and Sunday, but consistently cooler weather for next week. Also consistently wetter, as we'll have a little shower chances in the Cascades for Sunday, but that spreads down into lower elevations for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Excellent news when it comes to containment efforts for both those fires. So short-term bad news, long-term excellent news. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Warm, dry, and hazy through Sunday, then cooler and wetter by Monday. In Yakima, keeping it dry with 70s and 80s through the weekend, then 40 to 50% shower chances with 60s and 70s by next week. In Ellensburg, winds picking up to around 45 miles per hour today, calmer winds beyond that. In Hermiston, a short-lived reprieve from the haze today thanks to an uptick in winds, higher rain chances and lower highs for next week. And finally, in Walla Walla, keeping the forecast fairly steady through the weekend, then a pattern flip, much more fall-like for Monday and beyond. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the family of Kevin Rodriguez Zavala speaking out.
Feels like a nightmare. I'm still waiting to wake up.
The 32-year-old died after becoming unresponsive while riding Universal Orlando's new attraction, Stardust Racers, last week. First responders rushing to his aid.
He is not breathing and CPR is in progress.
The medical examiner determining he died of multiple blunt impact injuries. And this morning, Kevin's loved ones demanding answers.
He was hitting his head back and forth. What happened to him?
How difficult is this period for you, not knowing exactly what it was that happened to Kevin?
It is so difficult because I have no idea what happened there. And now I don't have my kid.
And coming up at 7 a.m., new details about what the family says they believe happened. With your GMA First Look, I'm Victor Okendo, ABC News, Orlando.
With wet AMD, I worry I'm losing sight of the world around me. But now, I can open up my world with Vabysmo. Vabysmo is the first FDA-approved treatment for people with wet AMD that improves vision and delivers a chance for up to 4 months between treatments. So I can do more of what I love. Vabysmo works differently. It's the only treatment thought to block 2 causes of wet AMD.
Vabysmo is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection, active eye swelling, or are allergic to it. Vabysmo could cause eye infection, retinal detachment, temporary increase in eye pressure, an uncommon risk of heart attack or stroke, or severe swelling of blood vessels in the eye. Report changes to vision or eye pain to your retina specialist right away.
Open up your world with Vabysmo.
The #1 prescribed treatment for wet AMD. Ask a retina specialist about Vabysmo.
Now, the morning sprint.
6:51, time for your morning sprint, and we start with the national headlines you need to know this morning. When it comes to the IRS, the check will no longer be in the mail. IRS has announced that it's phasing out paper tax refund checks for individual taxpayers, and they're starting that on September 30th. The change is a result of an executive order which mandates all federal payments must transition to electronic methods. Officials say the change is designed to protect taxpayers as well as expediting the refund process. IRS says that taxpayers should continue to file their returns as they normally would. And in your business headlines this morning, the personal injury law firm suing the entertainment giant to get a ruling on whether it can use characters from the 1928 animated short Steamboat Willie in an ad campaign. It wants to use the original versions of Mickey and Minnie Mouse. The firm believes they're free game. That's because the cartoon's copyright expired in 2024, apparently putting it into the public domain. Health headlines at 6:52. There may be some hope for those living with Huntington's disease. A new experimental gene therapy was found to slow the progression of the disease. Drug maker Uniqure announced the results of the early stage trial just yesterday. The trial included 29 people with Huntington's, and that's an inherited progressive brain disorder. Patients were treated with either low or high doses of the gene therapy. Company says the patients who received the high dose saw disease progression slow by 75% after 3 years. 6:52 now, the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. Off-duty trooper Sarah Clayson facing a vehicular homicide charge after a March crash that killed a 20-year-old Josier Sanchez. Clayson pleaded not guilty yesterday in court and was released without bail under conditions including no alcohol and limited driving. Investigators say her blood alcohol was more than twice the legal limit hours after the crash. And Travis Decker, the man accused of murdering his 3 daughters, has been declared dead by U.S. Marshals after human remains were discovered south of Leavenworth. The remains were found with personal items believed to have belonged to Decker, but local authorities are saying DNA testing is still needed to verify and confirm the identity of those remains, and they say they are leaving the investigation open and ongoing. And the Labor Mountain fire continues to burn, now leading to an extension of the level 3 evacuation order across U.S. Highway 95. Right now, no homes being threatened, but officials are preparing for some shifting winds. The highway remains closed at Blewett Pass, and the U.S. Forest Service says they are also going to be closing some additional lands east of the highway as a precaution. So far, nearly 15,000 acres have burned in that fire. And crews are also continuing to battle the Wildcat fire, this one burning near Bumping River Road. They've been clearing debris, checking for hot spots, and they've been really monitoring the areas around the cabins and the marina at Bumping Lake. Sprinkler systems were activated overnight to protect structures, and officials warn that fire activity could increase. The fire has spread to just over 9,500 acres there. And taking you to Kennewick, where police are going to be cracking down on drivers using private driveways and parking lots as shortcuts to avoid intersections and stoplights. Starting today, cut-through traffic on private property will be illegal. Violators will face up to a $250 fine. Police will begin patrols in what they are seen as problem areas, and new signage will alert drivers. And Avelo Airlines is ending its West Coast operation sooner than expected, with the last flight out of the Pasco airport set for October 20th. Passengers with tickets after that date should contact the airline for options. Travelers have alternatives, though. Alaska Airlines will be launching service to Hollywood Burbank on October 26th, and Breeze Airways will begin nonstop flights to Burbank and Provo starting in March 2026. Tickets for both of those already on sale. I don't know if I'd want to be on the last flight of something. It feels ominous.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I'll take the train for that one.
Yeah, for sure. All right, trending this morning, they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but that's not the case for this viral duel, because I say what happens in Vegas usually ends up on the internet.
I suppose I've never been, but I think that's probably right. So a suburban Las Vegas street turned into the stage for the oddest wildlife encounter you'll maybe ever see. A house cat was spotted following a coyote. Check this out.
That seems different. There it is. Resident Allison May caught the moment on camera near the area of Horizon and College Drives. The cat, back arched and fur fluffed, stayed close behind that coyote, leaving neighbors wondering just what might happen.
Yeah, wildlife experts say it's not a buddy movie, just a curious young coyote and a cat protecting its turf. Either way, it's definitely a strange pair.
It is a strange pair because normally you don't want your cats around coyotes.
Yeah.
So the lesson, keep your cats inside unless you might be ready for them to join the wild side. Yeah, protecting its turf. So get out of here, coyote. That's a brave cat.
Definitely. I mean, cats are very brave creatures, but I think my Mimi baby, my sweet little baby cat, probably would not be up for that fight. I think she would want to keep it inside the apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I support
her
that.
owner would too.
Yeah, exactly. All right, get us out the door this morning. We're still seeing some haze, of course, moving through the air with those fires burning. What can we expect today?
Yeah, the worst air quality still up in Kittitas County and Chelan County. So in those areas where you see orange and red, this would be Roslyn and Cle Elum and Blewett Pass. In those areas, you need the N95 mask as you're headed out the front door. And you'll probably need a light jacket of some sort this morning, as we're seeing 40s, 50s, and 60s, just kind of depending on the microclimate. A little bit later today, 70s and 80s for lower elevations. Less haze today in Morrow, Umatilla, and Walla Walla counties, but I'm thinking that the haze and smoke going to pick up as we head into this afternoon and evening in the Yakima Valley in particular. Bottom line for the forecast, gusty weather today, warm, dry, and hazy through this weekend, and the pattern flips, cooler and wetter for next week. But just a reminder for those areas where we have level 2 evacuations, got to have the go bag packed and ready to go. Got to be ready to leave at a moment's notice, as those winds will probably make both those fires flare up for today.
Yeah, and Blewett Pass over Highway 97 still closed this morning, and probably will be for the next couple of days as they continue to monitor those fires.
I think so, yeah.
All right, thanks for waking up with us and watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find the latest on these stories and more on our website, AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Good Morning America is up next, and we'll be back with your local news and weather tonight at 5. Have a great day.